Did you guys actually seriously watch the Smokepurpp freestyle last night? Because I sat through
the whole thing.
I sat through 38 minutes of it. Honestly, it significantly negatively affected my mood.
Your whole life.
I'm just being honest with you. Like by the end of it, I really kind of didn't want to be alive anymore, and I was wondering. It just really affected my state of mind.
Really,
and I actually watched it before, but I don't think I made it all the way to the end.
Okay, so
It's a dark piece of content.
It is very dark, but it was so entertaining that it actually had the opposite effect on me.
Really?
It gave me some energy.
To me, it just became something where I couldn't help but think about what he was thinking in his head in the in-between, but he also didn't seem all that rattled by it. But
You could tell. And his body gestures.
his body language.
So much of this, so much adjusting the hat, so much adjusting the headphones.
And when before he put on the sunglasses, you could see the shifty eyes and stuff like that. I'm glad he put the sunglasses on it. And, yeah.
The weirdest thing about it too, though, is that people tried to make it out like the whole thing was as bad as the parts that have gone viral. Basically,
Yeah.
like, there are parts that are particularly funny, but the whole thing,
The whole thing together was really crazy.
there's almost no strong moment rap wise.
There was I was about to try to give him the benefit of the doubt just to play devil's advocate, but
he got like one bar off, and then
you could tell that
downhill.
was the written part though. Like that was the part that he already had ready.
Wait. So I was looking at Tim Westwood's YouTube, and like the 40-minute thing, and like that's not a regular like form of content for him, does he?
Well, some people.
I know he does the Juice WRLD 1 hour, but Juice WRLD can do that.
No, but that is Tim Westwood does that all the time. Like that's a huge thing in the UK is that all these rappers just go and
Go
do
for
these
an hour,
do
though?
40 minutes in an hour?
No, that's definitely a lot
Yeah, that's
longer.
what I'm asking.
Well, no, Smokepurpp apparently did an hour and they had to cut down.
Can you imagine the other 20 minutes of it?
Who on his team allowed that?
That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking he's in the UK. He doesn't have a manager or his team around him or anything, really, because if you had anyone on your team, you're going to have to tell them to scrap that, right? Like anybody who's speaking in your best interest. Like one thing I noticed is that he rhymes in the first minute, he rhymes beam with beam and then Percocet with Percocet.
He did that the whole time.
It's just like he never really says anything.
There was no effort to like shift up the rhyme scheme, the
38
words.
minutes of nothing is just kind of depressing.
A lot of nothing. There was one part when he was getting tiny bit deep and being like, I'm from Florida where people get killed, the first 48, and then immediately I'm fucking the bitch from the back. And I'm like, can we just, I don't know. It was just nothing of substance.
Right. The line is actually, it's first 48. They ain't catch you out now. They ain't catch you out later. And he says it 4 times in a row.
It's like he was rough drafting a song in the studio.
That's why I felt like I was watching a session where like rappers go in and like put down their melodies and then fill in the words. But I'm like, why are we doing this on live?
Yeah, with no auto-tune. See, because I had only seen the part, like the 2-minute clip of like the Moonlight part.
Right.
I was not aware that there was a whole 40-minute version of this.
Yeah, I thought it was just that.
I got through about 7 minutes of it until I turned it off.
38 minutes. I did the whole thing. And there is a separate interview with Tim Westwood and Smokepurpp. I haven't forced myself to watch that. One of the craziest things about it is that even after this new round of hate that it's gotten, because it has been out for over a year.
It's been out for a year, yeah.
The like bar is like 17,000 likes and like 10,000 dislikes. That is pretty fucking amazing because that really tells me that the standard by which like a lot of people are willing to press the like button, like, I don't know, maybe they're just diehard Tim Westwood fans that anything that Tim Westwood does, they're just going to co-sign. Maybe they don't care because it was really about as bad as you could do.
How old is it?
It's a little over a year.
April last year, April 2019.
And I thought maybe he was trying to like capture the energy that Juice WRLD had put out because Juice WRLD did an hour around the same time, but Juice WRLD's actually came out a little bit after.
But do you think what Juice WRLD came out after the Smokepurpp one?
On Tim Westwood, but the Juice WRLD one came out maybe a month or 2 later. But a lot of rappers have gone on these UK rap shows and just absolutely
But they were referring to the Smokepurpp one on the...
Oh, really?
I mean, they were referring to the Juice WRLD one on the Smokepurpp interview.
Oh, you're right. I did see that somebody said that. But when I was looking at the dates, maybe I just fucked up the months. But maybe it was Smokepurpp thinking like, oh, Juice WRLD did this. Like, I can do this.
Yeah, but like,
I just want to know what made him think that he could do that. Like,
what made him think that he had the talent?
Like,
to
has
do
he
that?
ever freestyled for like over like 15 different beats and just gone crazy? Like, because that what he did there is the kind of thing that you could just do hanging out with the homies. You know, like when you and all your friends, you have a lot of energy and you just Josh, you're not really saying that much, but it's just fun.
Even when you're with all the homies, I feel like you can like get some bars off and not repeat the same word 90 times. And I've never heard one nigga in a freestyle session like that start busting out melodies with no auto tune that like was
my
just
favorite part.
cringy to my ear.
The unforgettable one. Oh god.
Oh my god.
Honestly, today while I was researching some interviews, like a instrumental came on randomly on YouTube, and I found myself rapping to the beat in my head, sort of, and then I realized I'm like, what I just did in the last like minute rapping in my head would have been like a lot better than anything that went. And no offense to Purpp, because I consider Purpp a friend. I want to see his career go in the right direction, but I mean, this thing has been so bad, and I'm just gonna stop you every time you start interrupting me like that. My bad. But what he's done here is so viral that even like I seen DJ Scheme going crazy with it on his Instagram. So I don't feel so bad because he's also friends with Purpp, and if he can acknowledge that this was like really kind of a once in a lifetime, you know, negative freestyle moment, I think everybody can, right?
He also may be some type of prophet or prolific figure. Because he mentioned something about like killing a nigga like Corona or some shit a year ago. A year ago before Corona existed.
Posted that.
Right. But to be fair, he is a boner. He's got a boner, and his gun is about to bust. It's got a boner, I think it's something like that.
And then what? So where did the Corona bar come in at?
I don't know, but there's not that many things around with boner, and I guess Corona is sort of in that family.
Maybe he was talking about the beer?
Yeah, but like I think it was like it was like something about killing a nigga like Corona or something.
Maybe he is a prophet.
Maybe he knew that he knew that this was gonna happen.
That was pretty incredible. I don't know.
And he knew it was gonna go viral again here.
Yeah, he knew that a year later that there would be a pandemic called the coronavirus, and that he was trying to warn us.
He's trying to get in on it too. He's tweeting out like I got a boner and shit, and like just trying to sort of like own it.
I mean, he might as well. What else are you gonna do besides own it and fucking? He got to drop like "I'm a boner" like song.
I'm a boner. I'm a boner. I'm a boner. But I feel like that it might be all over at that point. No, because that is what he was doing on his story yesterday. He was saying, "I'm a boner. I'm a boner. I'm a boner."
Instead of "I'm a stoner."
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like I don't know where he goes from here. Like what do you do to come back from this, as well as the album selling 5K? I feel like
make the most lyrical song ever.
After seeing that freestyle, though, what do you think that his most lyrical song might be like?
He might have to get
he needs to really sit there and write and get help from a writer.
He might need to get a writer at some point.
He should hire Lupe Fiasco to come in and like author his next project. Imagine he put out some
Fiasco.
Or Logic is retiring. Logic could do it. Imagine Logic wrote the next Purpp album.
It'd be amazing.
Oh, I kind of like this.
I don't know about all that.
I'm trying to cut him some slack.
How unbelievable when you think about it now is the fact that J. Cole interviewed Lil Pump. Like that happened.
It was really good too. I watched the whole thing.
That was a really good interview. I just can't believe we were on the tour that kind of started the fuck J. Cole movement.
Wait, you said that you never watched that?
Never watched it.
Dude, you need to go home and watch
really
it. It's very. I learned more shit about Lil Pump in that hour than I think I could have ever. Like, if that interview never came out, I don't think I would have ever taken him seriously at all.
I kind of initiated that conversation in the first place because at the time I was like communicating with J. Cole and Lil Pump asked me for J. Cole's number and I gave it to him, and then I was in this trailer.
Did you get the approval first from J.
before
Cole?
I exchanged the number? Yes, and I like gave it to Pump, and I actually got to sit on the tour bus and listen to them FaceTime each other for like 20 minutes.
Whoa!
And by the end of that, I was kind of like, do I really need to watch this podcast? But now when I think about it, I'm like, maybe I do.
Lil Pump talks about his like family life and about like him almost like fucking shooting his stepdad or some crazy shit like that. Like it's very introspective. It's a different side of Lil Pump you've never seen before.
Wow, that's
it's beautiful. It's honestly really good.
I feel like there's got to be like whatever Lil Pump is on right now. It really makes me wonder because I actually seen him in February I haven't seen him since. And I'm just wondering like what's going on in the life of Lil Pump, because I'm pretty sure he moved. I'm pretty sure he's not in that same house in Calabasas anymore. And when I was thinking about it, I'm like, a lot of rappers, not just him, a lot of rappers, you know, were streaming like crazy and were touring and making a lot of money off touring. And now that there's no touring, and
What
like,
they do?
you know, Pump might be in that category of like,
Yeah.
he's probably not streaming that much right now and can't tour. So I just, you know, I wonder what is, because he was living an extremely expensive lifestyle previously. I wonder how much that has changed. Hey, this has been another episode of the No Jumper Show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you want to support, like, comment, subscribe, and go to nojumper.com. Get yourself a kendama or a t-shirt or something. Appreciate y'all.